Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on life through music. Welcome and thank you for stopping by. It is fantastic you are here. Well, I trust you enjoyed my last video on Darryl Braithwaite, and through his song Higher Than Hope, we looked at the importance of hope and how critical it is to our well-being. Well, we're going from there to a song that has pretty much changed the world to a certain extent in its significance and importance. The story started though with a young girl that was struggling with the horrible divorce of her parents at the age of 13. She found a belief, and it's through that belief that she was inspired to write this song. Now, with trembling hands, she went into a music pastor's office one day and said, "Hey, I've got this song. What do you reckon? Can I play it to you? But if it's okay, can you please turn your back? Because I'm just a bit embarrassed to play it." So sure enough, that's what happened. And the music pastor, a guy named Jeff Bullock, took wonders and said, "Oh my goodness, we've got an amazing song here." And it got incorporated into what would be the Hillsong Church in Sydney. Now, this song is pretty well changed the world, particularly in church circles. It is estimated that since 1993, it is sung weekly between 25 and 30 million churchgoers every week. This song has appeared on more than 200 albums in various languages. This song has been performed for the Pope and for the President of the United States. This song featured in season 7 of American Idol. In fact, I think it's been in more than one season when the top 8 sang it in the Inspirational Week. What song are we talking about? Shout to the Lord. Now, you cannot talk about church music and not talk about this song because it has been extremely significant and important. Now, who was the young girl that was shaking? Darlene Zschech. Now, let's just talk a little bit more about her. She was born in 1965, and as I have said, subject to a really horrible divorce from her parents that left her a bit reeling and a bit struggling, and she didn't quite know what life was about. She became a Christian, and her life pretty well turned around at that point. She went on to become the pastor of the Hillsong Church, taking over from Jeff Bullock in 1996, and she was a music pastor from 1996 to 2007. Now, she is a prolific songwriter. She's written at least 250, if not more, songs that have been embraced by the church worldwide. And having a look at the discography that she's been part of between 1987 and 2017, she has been and contributed to 77 albums, whether that's in her own right or whether that's just helping somebody else out, or whether that's the Hillsong Church itself. She's been involved in 77 albums, so prolific output, that is for sure. She has released some albums in her own right as well, and the world just kind of has benefited from her honesty, her transparency, and just the way she goes around doing things. Now, what is so significant about Shouts to the Lord, I think, is first of all, it was written by someone who was struggling at the time, big time, and she just dared to look up into the heavens and to see how incredible and amazing. She'd look at the mountains around her, she'd look at the rivers, and you think, wow, isn't creation a beautiful thing? And this is what it inspired her to write Shout to the Lord. As a piano player myself, I've lost count of the amount of times I've played this song. It certainly has one that gets chosen a lot, and it's one that I do quite enjoy playing, I must admit. It's interesting where where we go when life is tricky, what we do, how we get through it. And for Darlene Zschech in particular, it was her faith that enabled her to move forward into perhaps a really quite bright future. And whatever it is for you, whether it's the universe or whatever it is, I think it's important to realise that we need something bigger than ourselves to actually get through the world that we live in sometimes. We need something that's bigger, a bit stronger than us, to enable us to look up and to look through the struggles that we've got and think, well, I want a better life than this. And certainly for this song, Shout to the Lord, this has provided hope to millions and millions of people around the world. And it's a song that just is so inspirational and just so uplifting. So I suppose the encouragement for today is just to think, well, if you're going through stuff right now, think, well, what can I hold on to actually try and move my life forward? So I trust that will all be an encouragement for you today. Now, we are going a little bit churchy with the clips today, and for some of you might be thinking, oh, well, whatever. But I suppose the encouragement is, as always, it's just to hang around and just to see, because I try and pick the stuff which is safe for everybody to watch. But we are a little bit churchy today, so I'm really aware of that as I invite you to look at these clips. So, as I mentioned, Shout to the Lord was in American Idol season 7. I think it's been in a few others as well. They have an inspirational week, and they got the top 8 to sing Shout to the Lord, and it was really, really quite a stunning, beautiful performance. That one's there for you to have a look at. And I thought I'd better also include a live version of this one from Darlene Zschech herself. You'll notice on stage is a guy playing piano, a guy named Michael W. Smith. Now he is a very, very prolific songwriter, singer-songwriter in church circles, and he just has this beautiful way about him as well. He well and truly knows the song Shout to the Lord, and so we've got Darlene Zschech singing here, and we've got Michael W. Smith playing the piano here. And just listen to the crowd after the song finishes. There's not much, there's just quietness and stillness. This is what this song does. And just note how good the band is here too. Like, they just know how to go up louder and go quieter, drop back, and do all the sort of stuff that you need to do to really pull this song off live, because it needs all of that for it to really, really work. Now, not much is said here around how it just happens, and that's the great thing about this song. It just requires everything when you play it. And this is a stunning live performance. Now, after Shout to the Lord, there is another song, Agnus Dei. This is one that Michael W. Smith wrote, and you'll see him singing it here, playing the piano and the whole thing. This is another song that has absolutely captivated churches worldwide. So when you put Shout to the Lord and Agnus Dei together, it's really quite a compelling thing to watch. That is for sure. The links to both of those clips are in the description below, so feel free to have a look at both of those. And if you are a bit cynical about church, I can totally understand why that would be the case. Trust me on that one. But also at the same time, sometimes we get performances like this one, which just kind of transcend that a little bit and move us into a different place. So, as I said, the links to both of those are in the description below. And by the way, we are talking a little bit more about hope today. I've also included my last video from Darryl Braithwaite. So if you want to recap on that one, feel free. Well, I trust that will all be an encouragement for you today. If you have come back for another video, welcome back. This is your first time to Life Reflections Through Music. Welcome to the channel, and the encouragement to everybody is always just to come back for another one, because we'll be putting these videos about three times a week. So I trust you'll find that encouraging, that is for sure. That's the only reason we do these videos, is for them to be an encouragement to you. Well, that's it for today. Next time we're going to go on to a duo from the 1970, Hall and Oates. So until then, I'll catch you around.